Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick La Croix. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs at Pokeos. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy. You may call it the phone, but when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I take my keys to go home. Didn't say I was done. While rush to end it all, it feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all. Can think for thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun, or sold my soul for the tongue, or dead since I was young, or got some voodoo done?
Namaste, namastizzle, peace, blessings. What's up? Greetings, shalom. What up? What's up, Michael Surratt? How are you, sir? Peace to you and yours. Hope y'all having a great day today. Hey, what's up, Tosh? How are you? You at work right now? Okay. I'm glad you tuned in. What's going on in Chicago, Tosh? What's up? You might not be able to respond, but what is up? Peace, Brother Moore. What's going on? Okay, I know you're listening. That's what's up. Very sunny day here in Texas. Rained all morning, and then it was like psych. It looks like a summer day out today. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on to the people? The holidays are coming up. Retrograde is still going on. Hope y'all are having a great one. You know, Peace, Mary May looks like astrology villain. Am I right? Ultra Instinct, what's up? Peace, sir. How are you? Hey, what's up, Sharon? Good to see you. Good to see you. What is the deal? What's going on? Here we go with another retrograde. It ain't a doozy like the last one. The last one really affected my electronics bad. Okay. But the melanated race, is that's what you want to call it. The melanin dominant species, black people, out of control. Just out of fucking control, y'all. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Y'all see what's going on everywhere. It's out of fucking control. What's up, Legacy Sigma? Peace and blessings. How are you? Cosmic Chaos. Hey. Okay, yeah, astrology villain. What's the deal? You know, let's talk about it. Out of control. I mean, everywhere you look. Where to begin with this one, y'all? It's sad. It's sad, man. It's nothing I haven't said before, you know. But we got to start looking at things at the root cause. That's my thing, and I think this may be a Virgo thing. We look at what is the root cause of stuff. If you have been following me for a minute, you would know that I've often said that racism or prejudices, let's call it prejudices and behaviors, they start at the home. They start in home, okay? No 10-year-old just knows how to be prejudiced towards someone who doesn't look like them. That starts in the house, okay? Same with behaviors. Morals and values start at the home. I was raised by my grandmother mostly, all right? So my grandmother was born like somewhere around 1927. You know what I mean? So a lot of what I hold dear to me, you know, what I hold firm to, like respect for elders, respect for fellow man, you know, my love of cats come from her. All right. the behavior that our children are exhibiting starts at home, and you can't tell me any different, right? I believe this behavior starts at home. Where else are children learning how to be so disrespectful? No respect for authority, no respect for elders, no accountability. There you go. No accountability for their actions. When children grow up thinking that they can do anything they want and there will be no consequences, then they will continue to do that. And they grow up to be irresponsible, fucked up adults. All right. Remember, I told you I know of an ex of mine who her son is in jail for murder. He's in prison for murder. He murdered his baby mom while the children are in another room. Okay. What amazed me about that was that the first call he made after shooting her, the first call he made was to his mother. That's who he called first. He didn't call for help for his wife, his dying wife. He called his mother, right? That's what's the result of, having son husbands. We talked about this before, okay? No accountability in the melanated households, none, all right? And so y'all know what I'm leading up to. These children attacked a woman and her child. It was about, I think it was more than 10 of them. I still haven't seen the video, but it's been all over the place. You can't turn nowhere and not hear about this story. All right. How do children act like that? I mean, everywhere I look, and I did my research, everywhere I look, they're putting out in front the behavior of our children. Our children are being attacked more than ever before. All right. Peace, Mooney. How are you? How you doing? Good to see you. Peace and prosperity, Sister Righteous. Divine peace and blessings, Caribbean Grimoire. What's the deal? What's the deal? Proof that they're still coming after our children. Proof. Here's proof right here. Check this out. Check out this reel. Peace to Katrina, who sent this to me.
There, give daddy kiss. Kiss. Kiss.
We're walking in the mall and we see this image right here, and I just want everybody to understand what it means. The world's jail system has all black men in jail. Black men, they want you extinct. Black people to get jobs. They make it hard for you to get jobs. You can't take care of your family. And then when you turn to the crime that they give to you to submit to, because that's the only way you feel like you can make money for your family, they arrest you or get you shot. So now you are going to be extinct within the next 50 years, and they're going to have your children. They're going to raise your children to hate you, just like how they gave white Jesus to your children a long time ago and removed you as the father figure from the house. This is what's happening right now. This is in the mall. I'm sure they will not have a picture of a black man holding a white child.
How old are you, David?
2.
And how many daddies?
2 daddies.
2 daddies. Give me a kiss, David.
That child said here, 2 daddies. With any structure or box, aka etc., born body, cosmic chaos, what's up? It's the mothers and lack of fathers in this case, but a lot of situations vary. All right, let's talk about that one right there. Okay, the mothers. All right. How many times have I said this? And the master teachers have said, I'm not putting myself in that category, but the master teachers, Bobby Hemmett especially, pointed this out. He said, and we've all said, once they offered welfare and food stamps and government housing and said one of those conditions is the black man or the man, period. The father could not be in the house. See the movie Claudine. You know what I mean? That's part of it. You know what I mean? And then you got the feminism. That's another part of it. So all these factors have led us up to this point. You know what I'm saying? All those factors have led us up to this point. Okay. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's necessary to hear. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are waking up to this is what has happened. You know what I mean? That this is what has happened. There's so many factors. I don't want to put the blame on just solely black women. All right? It's all of it. All of it contributes to this point here, where you get a bunch of children attacking a woman and her child. I know this is a magic channel. We're supposed to talk about magic, but I was militant before I was magical. All right. So, yeah, you got to worry about yourself. You got to save yourself still. I still care enough to speak about it. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't look like it's getting any better. It's getting worse. It's getting way worse. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's out of control. It's all out of control. And they will broadcast. You got to be tired of hearing me say this by now. They will broadcast all of our worst behaviors all over. And so that's all everybody sees. All right, I got you, Cosmic Chaos. What's up, my Shetty? What's the deal? How are you? Good to see you. Claudine on here for, yes, it's on YouTube for free. Please watch Claudine, y'all. I know older movies, people don't want to watch older movies. Watch that movie, please. It's a blueprint. It's a blueprint. You know what I mean? James Earl Jones' character, he's frustrated and he calls it out. See what I'm saying? Yeah, it was in the old neighborhood too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Culture is the problem. We need to stop the rampant sex culture until we can agree to only having sex within marriage and procreating responsibly. Yet another problem. Absolutely correct. I agree with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? People out here fucking just to be fucking. And once they do that and babies come out, then you have babies having babies. You know what I mean? The culture. They've shaped the culture also. They have shaped everything about us. Let's put it out there. They have shaped every single thing about us and how we see ourselves. And they've done it on a subconscious level. All right. We can't even write our own stories and put it, out there for the world to see. Every movie that we have supported have shown us is done in a slick way, but it's shown us I'm trying to choose my words correctly here, y'all, but it's from someone else's point of view. It's not from our point of view. All right. Black women celebrated the woman king. The woman king was awful. All right. It was one part of a million stories that could have been told and was told from the point of view by two white women. It was feminist woke bullshit. Black Panther, savior ended up being a white man. You know what I'm saying? The Color Purple, one of the worst movies ever made by Alice Walker and her white husband. See where I'm going with this? You know what I mean? I got called a racist because I said that there's no place that we can be comfortably by ourselves to ourselves And I pointed out the example of the cat group that I am. It's called Black People Love Cats Too, but you should see the amount of white people in there. That was just an example I gave. I got called racist for saying that. Oh, so you want segregation? Yes. How can we learn to live with everybody else if we don't learn how to live with each other first? You know what I mean? If we can't solve our own fucking issues, if we can't fucking tell our own stories, you know what I mean? Why does our stories have to be told by everybody else? Why can't we tell our own stories? You know what I mean? Why can't we have our own spaces? Why is this an issue? Salute, stay high. What's up? Along with these low frequencies. Hey, I'm a big fan of you can't see it. I'm a big fan of talismans. Y'all know I am. My purple plate stays on me. I don't sleep with it on. But peace, Wolverine. What's up? What's up? Peace, Katrina. What's the deal, Katrina? Namaste, namastizzle. Know what I'm saying? Everybody eats off of us. Sounds like I got a lot of things on my mind, right? But everybody eats off of us. It's the fact. Everybody eats off of us. You know what I'm saying? Because we let them. You talk about any not old neighborhood, any melanated dominant neighborhood will have stores that are not run by us. You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean. Everybody eats. Everybody. You're going to have a Jewish business in there. You're going to have an Arab business in there. You're going to have a fucking Chinese or Asian. You know what I'm saying? Very rare that you're going to have a black business in there that's going to circulate our dollars within our communities. Our communities, everything is run by everybody else except us. You know what I mean? Except us. All this shit is out of control. It's chaotic. You know what I'm saying? It is. Here's an example right here of everybody eating off of us and our creative genius. Here's a really good example.
A fake award. In the late 80s, as Jackson noticed that award shows like the Grammys were using him for TV ratings while simultaneously robbing him of well-deserved awards, he vowed not to attend any more award ceremonies unless he was honored or celebrated in some fashion. The following years, he began collecting honorary awards like Infinity Stones. They even began creating awards for him. Fast forward to 2002, the MTV Awards were being broadcasted on Michael's 44th birthday, and they wanted him in attendance for a birthday celebration. But Michael was like, y'all already know the procedure. Give me an award or send a birthday card to my PO. So MTV.
I'm going to show only a part of that because here's my point. This is my point right here. MTV, before it was MTV, it was MJTV. I guess you had to be there to remember this. It was MJTV. They were highlighting Michael Jackson videos. You know what I'm saying? He was such a big international and global superstar at that time. MJTV. All right. It later became MTV. Okay. It became MTV basically because of Michael Jackson. All right. Where they would have very rarely show black artists. You know what I mean? Very rarely. MJTV became MTV. Like I said, I can only say it because I remember it. I remember being there. I remember it. I was alive during that time, you know, but that's just one example. See what I mean? What's up, Nikki Love? I gotta get with you, Nikki. You know, on something else. I gotta get with you. We are beyond over here in our development of the children from babies via education, nutrition. Our system as a whole is a failure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what's going viral right now is the nurse who let that pregnant black woman, I'm going to use black today. I'm going to use the term today. Okay. She let that black woman suffer, basically. This woman is in excruciating pain. The woman turned her away and she gave birth like 8 minutes later on the side of a road. It's now viral. The nurse has gotten fired. Medical apartheid. Remember, it was put out. The black woman did not feel pain. Therefore, they didn't need anesthesia or anything else. You can Google this shit. You see what I mean? Again, the images and the thought processes that go into what black people look like comes from everybody else. I can't get myself to watch Precious. I still haven't seen that movie. I'd like to see the Lenny kiss, though. Think Monique will fuck me up. I know she played that part crazy. Yes, exactly, Mooney. Exactly. He made productions. Michael Jackson made TV movies. You wanted to stay up. I did. You wanted to stay up and watch a premiere of a Michael Jackson video. You wanted to watch it. You wanted to. Okay. You looked forward all week to this. All right. Celebrities do not help at all. As a matter of fact, they are a tool that is used to help shape our culture or lack thereof. All right. This may seem insignificant. Okay. This may seem insignificant. But Leslie Jones recently went viral. I don't know why any man wouldn't want me. I'm rich, I'm successful, and I can fight. Dora pause. No man wants another man. You know what I mean? No man wants another man. I hope she's trolling. I hope she's trolling. I really, really do. Okay. But there are people out saying that she was serious about that. Well, okay. All right. But anyway. There's so much to talk about here, y'all. It's so much. I got a lot on my mind. You know what I mean? I have a lot on my mind. Okay. Right. She did describe a man. You know, he goes method with that pause. It was two different women. One was ignored by the intake nurse. The other one sent away and gave birth in the car park or the side of the road. Two different women. Look clear at the 90s era and can see the evident attack on consciousness via violent, derogatory images on the subconscious from an era of talent to one of minimal skills or lack thereof. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It started way back when. You know what I'm saying? Way back when. All right. Not yet. Not yet. I have it recorded. I have not yet seen it. I keep hearing good things about it, though. So apparently it's really good because a lot of people have come to me and told me to watch it. That's more confirmation. So thank you for that. Okay. Thank you. All right. we are, you know, we're in a crisis, people. We are a crisis. Whether you believe he did the things they accused him of or not, Malachi Z. York made a lecture called Why Your Children Become Devils. It might be here on YouTube. Please check it out when you get the chance. Why Your Children Become Devils. Okay. Peace, D. Coleman. You know what I mean? Co-signing. That was my era too. Yes. I remember waiting. I was tired. I was sleepy. I had a full day. And I was waiting up to see Thriller. Because Thriller was getting ready to come out. I remember waiting up to see Billie Jean. Okay. I remember waiting up to see Beat It. Everything that Michael Jackson was a part of was gold. And they knew that. They created MTV off of that, off Michael Jackson. I don't care what nobody said. You know what I'm saying? At the same time that I'm saying all of this, you still have to use a level of discernment. Okay? You got to use discernment. And you have to be able to separate the wheat from the chaff. Okay? What this means, you got to find wisdom everywhere, because nothing that they're showing right now about Black people is positive. Nothing. All right? Nothing at all. Okay? Find it everywhere. I've said this so many times. It is a puzzle that you got to put together. All right? Hear someone else say it. Hear Bobby say it.
World is in fragment. This is the problem that most of the see. Everybody make this mistake. Even the newfound chematologists made this mistake, because basically what happened is we live in a compulsive society, whereas in what you call chaos, or what they call quantum psychology, is this: if you go from one extreme to the other extreme, you become just as bad as the extreme you left. So what happens is this. A lot of the Afrocentrics, the chematologists say, I'm not going to read nothing but Egyptian stuff. Right. The Islamics say, I'm not going to read nothing but Islam. The key is the ancient world is in fragments. That means that it's like a damn detective. You got to doggone pick from here, you got to pick from here, you got to pick from here. But if you throw out the Bible, you just threw out piece of, you see, the whole structure of the puzzle. So the key is if they are only tools. Now in chaos magic, it says nothing is true, all is permitted. Because you're talking about relativity. You see what I'm saying? So the key is what we're talking about is you use a consortium of everything. And then again, on the other hand, a lot of things that you think is not everything you need to start dealing with. When we talk about just the goddamn nursery rhyme. You see what I'm saying? Popeye and olive oil. We talk about all kind of stuff. They're teaching their people, you will go down and go to doggone Barnes and Nobles, and they might have one little religious section that got some bullshit up in there where they sending their children to Forbidden Planet.
You hear that?
Is the fucking comic book store, and all the good shit is up in there. Because mythology is physics. You see what I'm saying? So my point is you, a detective, leave no stones unturned. So right now what we're talking about is it's in fragments, and when you doggone section yourself out on a sectarian manner, you don't get the whole key. That's the Holy Grail right there. The Holy Grail is when you searching for the Grail, you don't find out that you the goddamn Grail the whole time.
Bobby,
the ancient world is,
and he spoke it. You know what I mean? Bobby never missed. You know what I mean? This is why it looks like I'm looking at bullshit, but I have to watch a bunch of bullshit to find the gold. I have to. I got to go through bullshit grimoires to actually get rituals that work. Rituals, actual magic. Okay? Everything is fragmented. Just like Bobby said, it's fragmented. So you have to be a detective. Now, how do you do that? And niggas don't even want to read. See what I mean? Niggas don't want to read. You know, I'll be honest here. I really thought a lot of people would come to me for Azazel Bay's comic book. The information is just invaluable in that book. It is gold. You see what I mean? A couple people have bought it, yes. I've had people try to get shit for free. You know what I mean? Niggas don't want to pay for shit. They want everything for free. Okay? One more time. Bobby should have never had to start begging for money. Bobby Hemmett, he should have never had to do that. You know? I was surprised, but not surprised of the lack of response for Azazel Bay's comic book. I didn't even push it that hard. I just thought I owed it to him to let people know, you know, hey, we see you, Elder. You've given out great information. Shit. Black people don't want to pay for that shit. I shouldn't say shit, but they don't want to pay for it. You know, where are we? Yes, Michael Jackson video. Sundays was awesome because you had a Michael Jackson video, and then right after that, In Living Color would come on. You know what I mean? Black or white. And then In Living Color made fun of it. Everybody thought that shit was hilarious. And everybody was joyful and was happy. Nobody was offended. Okay? We lived in a time, you know, everything wasn't offensive. Telling the truth wasn't offensive. Joking wasn't offensive. You know what I mean? Peace, Prox. Thanks for the comment. Thriller Booze remix is great to me. Peace and power. Dana Dane, how are you? Why Your Children Become Devils reminds me of Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis. Okay. Cool. Bobby's video clippings are all over TikTok. Even some AI ones. I'm scared to look at those. Jesus. You know what I mean? I live oil. Olive oil. Bam. You know what's funny? The game Assassin's Creed used that phrase /modder. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. I was saying that shit all the time. 2008, 2009. You know, nothing is true. My son, my 15-year-old son, is who put me onto Assassin's Creed. Like I said in the last couple of lives, I said it. He surprised me that he knew what the Knights Templar was. He surprised me with that shit. Okay. Back then, I was on Talisman's Heavy. Okay. And I was on this kind of shit. I would buy the Seals of Solomon. See that? These are Seals of Solomon. Okay. Not only did you get the seals, but you got the descriptions. Talismanic seals from the 6th and 7th books of Moses. Magine Gonzalez Whippler. That's another great book that I failed to mention. The magical uses of the Psalms for those who don't want to go in heavy. Okay. The thing is, people get this, and they just get it. All right. You got to consecrate them. You got to bless them. And then you got to fucking use them, carry them. I laminated mine. Look at that. Okay. Let me see how. Master Key Seal. The breastplate of Moses. That's how serious I was taking this shit, y'all. That's how serious I was about it. But y'all know me. I take it all serious. Mitchell Gibson spoke on how the God's way of imparting knowledge and info for the consciousness was from storytelling and mythology. All right, storytelling, passing information down, oral traditions. All right, oral traditions. In Living Color was wild. I always, a few years ago, was wild. Man, you would die laughing at the shit In Living Color did, and nobody was offended. It was funny. We used to race home after classes to catch the latest videos. Exactly. Watching and waiting for a Michael Jackson video was an event when I was growing up. It was a whole event. We talked about it at school. Michael Jackson was just like that back then. The slightest joke today can cost your life. How far we have come. Speaking about books, I visited one of my elders' home. He got a basement of occult books, the biggest I've seen in real life. I was surprised he had so much. Yeah. Absolutely do not like those AI Bobby videos, yet it is what it is. I eventually get to it. I'm not rushing to see it. You know what I'm saying? 15-year-old son, yeah. I used to draw those seals by hand back in the day. Now I print them. Yeah, I was all into those seals, all of them. That's why folks need to not sleep on comics and anime. It's literally history. And this is why Azazel put so much emphasis in his book, in his comic book. Okay. Speaking of comic book, this is an excerpt from his comic. When the body rests and heals during sleep, the mind ceases to use it to have experiences, but the mind never sleeps. During sleep, your mind uses non-physical bodies to explore non-physical realities. Okay? The mind explores the astral plane and hyperspace. The astral plane is in the pineal gland, the place where you go after death. Aliens operate from the astral level to avoid detection. During sleep, the unused portion of your brain become alive and you have access to the mind of God, the I am. Okay? And then it goes into other stuff. But I've said so many times, that go into a deep sleep. Okay? It's important to go into a deep sleep. Look at the movie, what's it called? Dreamscape. What's his name? Dennis Quaid, Dreamscape. They used assassins in that movie. Okay. 4 Valerian rules. Get your sleep. It's important. That's when your body heals itself. Okay. But you can get some of these. All right. Look at that. I enjoy sleep. I do, y'all. I really enjoy sleep. Look how big these motherfuckers are. They ain't usually this big. This batch, though. Look at that. That mushroom. Man, I took one of these the other night and I passed out. Here's the thing. If you're going to ingest Amanita muscaria, you should have a purpose. You shouldn't be taking it just to take it. All right? That's really spiritual. Okay? You should be, asking for answers, seekers to the universe with Amanita. Amanita Dreamer on YouTube gives out a bunch of information on Amanita muscaria. You can use other mushrooms. Okay? Psilocybin is the most popular one. So is York basically teaching kinetic science? York teaches a lot of stuff. I suggest looking at one of his or reading his books to get an insight on what he teaches. No way I burnt the master key seal this morning. I kid you not. It was on one of my altars gathering dust dripping. Oh, wow. Synchronicity and shit. Synchronicity. Never got it to him, but I love seeing the guys in his book, and they were melanated when I was a younging. I'm sorry. Kinetic. Yeah, I got you. Gotcha. I love smelling old books. I do the same shit. My Cherie, I do that also. Oh, thank you, Deja. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. The good stuff. Yeah. Dreamscape had the Snake Man. How about that? I expect nothing less from you, sir. Good to know that. Do those make you hallucinate? No, I've never hallucinated. They make me sleepy, even when I microdose, and I'm about to do it again. I'm about to microdose. I made a tincture from Amanita, and it makes me sleepy. It makes me more social, more talkative, but also my mind is going. You know what I mean? Different people are going to have different experiences. It relaxes the shit out of me. I'm on the capensis now. Another great dream herb is Selene capensis. Have you placed mugwort under the... Yeah, I have. I'm going to be real honest. Ain't shit happened. I'm sorry. Nothing happened when it came to me. Okay? Nothing happened. When you can, I implore you to watch my interviews with Azazel Bay. Okay? With Azazel Bay. Listen to what he says right here. Right? My first ever interview with him.
Become amphibian in the zygote, then you become a reptilian in the zygote. How could you possibly do that if you didn't have those in you already?
Right.
And go on and on and on. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are what was I talking about? I went left field for a minute.
No, it's all relevant. It's all relevant, brother.
Yeah, but I was really gonna get ready to say that was real important.
It was the Ice Age thing, I believe you were speaking about.
The what?
The Ice Age, the coming Ice Age, and the hyperinflation.
Oh yeah, and the trees,
hyperinflation,
and all that.
Yeah, and there are trees that grow food in the wintertime. That's all I wanted to say about that. I have a list here and all that, but I mean, people. If I took some of the students right now that was on those tours and asked them any of these questions, they wouldn't know what the fuck.
They wouldn't know because they have a short attention span these days.
Right now, if you're a police officer, I know that there are upstanding police officers. They are there. I've met a lot of really bad ones, not in a negative way, just on a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
And I met a lot of really good ones. Okay. One used to travel a lot and bring me back dollar bills or bills from every place that he goes. And they would always look over, make sure I'm all right on 125th Street when I used to vend and stuff like that.
Right.
So there are very good ones, but then there are very, very bad ones. And that just like humanity, that's humanity.
I'm going to skip real quick. Give me a second. I got to find it. It's going to sound really scattered here, so bear with me.
And his twin brother, Osama, they had to use the moon child ritual. And they used the moon child ritual to create in a science called twinning. The twinning was to create someone under mind control because they do things way in the future. Niggas do things for tomorrow. Or actually niggas do things for yesterday. They do things 20 years and 30 years in the future. Okay? like everything you know about conspiracy, Donald Trump brought it out and has been proven. And now ain't no more conspiracy because all that shit they done found out is real. But what was everybody saying? Oh man, that ain't real. That is, you know. And so and that's mainly in America, though. Mainly in America. Now, I want to say about my book again that the sisters supported. The sisters, they bought their book, and they are happy. They are ecstatic. So I said, now, how come? And this was a few brothers, but very few, like two. The rest were white people from Australia, from London, from Germany, from Ireland, and I'm like, how the fuck did they know? But the niggas I know that will come to me and try to pick my brain and get some knowledge didn't do it. I said, that says a lot about them niggas. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a few. So I'm happy about those brothers. And when
same shit. You know what I mean? If you paid attention to what he just said, God, same shit. Especially when I first got started, my support came from other people. It didn't come from black people at all. You know what I mean? And black people, just like he said, want to pick your brain for knowledge, trying to get information. You know what I'm saying? But ask for support and it's never there. You know what I mean? Ask for support. Niggas come to me asking questions that they know I teach classes on. Hey, you know, I teach this. No. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to know that. I mean, every old excuse not to support. I am not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm not, disappointed. Niggas will be niggas, period. If there's any way they can get something for free, that's what they're going to do. Okay? That's exactly what they're going to do. People still do this shit to this day. Want to try and pick my brain knowing I teach classes on. It is what it is. And I know that they're doing it, and I very rarely call it out. I just want to see how far people going to go. How far are you going to take it? I will answer a question or two, but I'm not teaching people adept shit on YouTube. I'm not doing it. You know, there's plenty of information out there. You know, anyway, let's see. Tasha sent me something. Oh yeah, all this shit is out of control, man. All this shit is out of control. Do you remember when I was saying that, this behavior comes from somewhere? Going back to children, this behavior comes from somewhere. Do you remember the video I showed where the cops were on the scene trying to apprehend a 15-year-old because they were shooting? The mother shows up on the scene loud and wrong. The Bonnet Brigade is what I call them. The Bonnet Brigade. Loud and fucking wrong. Children actually, they mimic what they see. Okay? Look at this. This is the one I'm talking about right here.
Okay. Thank you. Mom is pissed, but she is on the way. She was over there. She said she's almost here.
The mother arrived a few minutes later.
Okay.
All right. Walked up and asked him what's his name.
All right, so this is what we got.
First of all, let's stop you right there. Don't rush into shit. Y'all don't pay for shit. Don't rush into the house and grab nothing that belongs to me. If it was a problem, you should have asked one of my neighbors. Let my neighbors call me, and I would have came over here with no problem. Don't rush up on my kids. And don't rush at nothing that y'all don't pay for. You know you can't do that by law. You wasn't supposed to go in my house at all.
We never did.
Man,
He came back out.
I got the video of all that.
Number one.
So, you know, they are investigating the shooting. Her child was involved. Instead of her coming up trying to get her child under control, she goes off on the cops, talking about don't rush up in the shit. Y'all not supposed to. The child had went in the house and came back out. Even though his older sister was trying to keep him in the house, this nigga came back out the house, running around. Nope, y'all can't touch me. Y'all can't touch me. Nope. You know what I'm saying? It's all a joke to these children because they're not held accountable. Let's call the shit out. They're not held accountable, so they're going to keep doing this shit. You're absolutely right. They should not be worn in public. It is a fashion trend with sisters now. Yes, thank you. Exactly. Looking for cliff notes, a mental shortcuts. Everybody wants shortcuts. They don't want to read for themselves. The best information comes when you download it yourself. Okay? When I heard about the mummies with gold tongues, I realized niggas been niggas for it. Right. Exactly. Niggas have been niggas for a very long time. The behavior doesn't even fucking change. You know what I'm saying? The behavior doesn't change. I'm looking for something. Just give me a second. Check it out. Check this out right here. I'm looking at my saved.
Damn, shut up. I still was good. I'm crazy. My mama, she is good. Man, look at the bike, man. That's it. What is happening? What, Dad?
This is really nothing. But what is a project? Do you know what the actual literal definition of a project is? Here's something else that's going on.
Said that white people successfully convinced us that we had to die to experience heaven, while they swindled and plotted and schemed their way to heaven right here on earth for themselves. And hold on now, white people. What's going on here?
This is not new. Y'all should really know that by now. You know. I approve of this comment as a male who mind his business. I be seeing brothers. Yes, I've seen this. I've seen this in the past month. I've seen brothers wearing bonnets. I've seen it. I was like, there's no hope for these niggas. None. You know. So it is what it is. What else we gonna do? Know what I mean? What else? There's just this book, I think I'm going to put this in Patreon for those who want it. Okay? This book should be seen by everybody. Check out this part right here. When the physical lifetime of a soul ends, it drifts up to the astral plane. The astral plane is staffed with advanced souls who work there in various capacities. See the movie Soul, starring Jamie Foxx. Because of the special handicaps involved in doing a physical lifetime on Earth, most people who die do not understand that they are dead, addressed so many damn times. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read this even though it's not highlighted. So the first problem facing the staff is to explain to these people that their physical lifetime has ended. In a normal death, the soul gets to take advantage of the services offered on the astral plane. During the time it spends there, which could easily be 1,000 years or more in Earth time, it gets to attend spiritual classes. Counselors will go over the soul's past lives with it. Think of individual lifetimes as courses in liberal arts college. While a single course represents a narrow field of knowledge, when all courses are seen together, they result in a well-rounded education. So the counselors will look at what courses as lifetime the soul has already passed and then determine what classes remain to be taken. Souls will do lifetimes as both sexes and in a variety of social settings. Relatively good or bad lifetimes are seen as just more course material, which, when all combined, will complete the required total experience. Souls preparing for a new physical life get the advantage of choosing their parents and of being allowed to look across time to see what their future life will be. Unfortunately, they consciously forget all this shortly after taking birth because of the characteristics of the bodies available on Earth. In other civilizations located elsewhere in the physical universe, souls retain these memories. This book is called Essentials of Mysticism, W.C. Vetch. All right. Okay. This is why I say all the time that people don't know they're dead. Okay. If you remember me giving this example or, me talking about it, I seen my dad as an adult. He's passed away when I was very young. I was 10, I think. All right. And so when I seen him later, he was looking at me kind of confused, sorrowful, like he's looking at his adult son. Okay. That's why I say it could take years before a soul crosses over. All right. That's why I hate when people say, oh, I know they're looking down on me smiling. Okay. Look at the movie again. They put everything in movies. Look at the movie Jacob's Ladder, starring Tim Robbins. That man ain't know he was dead. All right. There's so many other examples I could give you. Okay. But you're going to have to do your own research. Pascal Beverly Randolph explains all of this. In my humble opinion, that is the best book to have on death and what happens. He was a noted, renowned medium. Okay. He was a renowned medium. All right. Let's see. Okay. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I got another clip to show y'all. The blood. This another favorite lecture of mine by Bobby Hemmett. It's called The Bloodline of Sekhmet. Brother Bobby, y'all.
Are now the non-innocent because of what I mean by that is the government has come in and they have put hardship within the entertainment, what music they listen to, what movies they listen to. They have put all this hardship in the particular aspect of this hostile ego nature, getting to the point where they have to grow up fast and become hard and brittle at age 8. As soon as they can analyze a little bit, they have to become hard, defensive, and go to school and this hostile living. So your children now are not the innocent ones. That means that we him because remember now, the most arrogant of us are the most displaced and messed up disposition of us, if that's a word, is the most incomplete. So, in so many words, you should feel sorry for people that's obnoxious. That's right. Who wants to be obnoxious? We are becoming super people and superhumans, and this brother right here is coming in. The king is a great example. Brother Jamal, Ashe, we're going to get into that type of thing. Brother went through an ordeal, but then again, if you're on the frequency and you are, the brother was shot in the head. And if you are on the frequency, nothing can take you out, because that's the Superman. And it's ironic, this brother is a living example of the actual information that I'm getting ready to give today. That's and right. It's interesting here because when this happened, right before Christmas, we went to work. I got under the you can do magic, and there's a science to it. I got under the headphones, and I got on a real receiver. So there's magic and stuff, because they're getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I got under them LPs, because it can't be done no other way. It can't be done with the hologram with us, which is a CD. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get you a real good equalizer. I'm going ahead of myself. But you can work magic. And as a result, I went into the spirit realm, and I started healing and for a brief moment with the person that did a lot of the work with Sister Sadura, because she was on the case. You see what I'm saying? Long after I did what I had to do daily. So things that actually happened, but then again, on the other hand, the brother's spirit, you see what I'm saying, that's a God. Right.
All right. Peace to Brother Bobby, which still fucks me up that he was able to got to, my opinion is it had to be somebody close to be able to get to someone like Bobby Hemmett. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna speculate on that. Y'all already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What are we doing? Brothers are wearing bonnets and you know what I mean? Things sure have changed. That's understatement. Exceptional. Yes, exceptional. This is the blueprint right there. I'm like, when I saw this, I was like, I cannot believe they put this in a movie. I mean, I could, but I was like, why is nobody talking about this? You know what I mean? Why is nobody talking about this movie? That was an exceptional movie. They gave you the blueprint. See what I mean? That book makes me think about the term hungry ghost. Right. The movie Ghost. Yep. Y'all want it? Yeah. Jacob's Ladder, though. I took Dr. Gibson's after a few years back. There's so much we don't know and do. That is right. Again, niggas don't want to read. They don't want to research. Okay. A few more of my, I'm looking for a particular, I saved a, you got all these humiliation rituals going on, brothers wearing bonnets in public, all this shit out of control, y'all, all of it out of control. Look at this right here.
I got to keep exposing these idols that y'all love, because these idols are rappers and they're AKA gods to a lot of you people. Let's check out these clips on how NLE Chopper says he had to do a humiliation ritual. And as he was doing this humiliation ritual, he was with God. God was with him. Y'all better stop listening to everybody that say God. These celebrities be saying that to trick y'all.
If you haven't heard of the term humiliation ritual, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Also, if you haven't noticed this with other celebrities other than NLE Choppa, then you might not know to what extent this goes to within Hollywood. A humiliation ritual is a hazing trial many celebrities are put through once they reach a certain milestone in the industry. It usually tends to happen when a celebrity is either climbing the popularity ranks or even when they have made it to the very top. Once they're made to go through these humiliation rituals, we see these celebrities completely embarrassing themselves in the most compromising ways. They do this for a short period of time and then go back to acting normal. You have likely seen many instances of this. Many of the top celebrities have publicly gone through these humiliation rituals over the years. Many Hollywood actors have put through these humiliation rituals,
The dress,
like John
y'all.
Cena last
The
year,
dress.
who was seen wearing women's clothing and even showed up
Y'all
to the
know about
Oscars in
this
his
already.
birthday suit.
Crazy.
This was his public humiliation ritual. Coincidentally, he performed this humiliation ritual as he was exploding in popularity in Hollywood. We saw Drake going through his own humiliation ritual last year, wearing women's nail polish. He showed up everywhere with his brightly colored painted fingernails. Land Trap superstar Bad Bunny is not shy of humiliation rituals either. He has not only worn women's clothing multiple times in several different cover shoots, but he literally cross-dressed like a woman for one of his music videos, and he even made out with his male dancer during one of his performances. Are you really surprised that he's now headlining the Super Bowl in 2026? This is how you get to the top. Same thing with rapper Kid Cudi. Right after he made his comeback and started showing up in movies, he starts wearing dresses and women's clothing. He even showed up to a Hollywood event as someone's bride. Lil Uzi Vert did it too, showing up to his performance rocking a woman's purse, while also introducing his fans to his female alter ego. Legendary Hollywood actors have done it too, like Robert De Niro. He was humiliated by Diddy in a skit, as De Niro dressed up like a woman and backed it up on Diddy, which now seems a lot more disturbing knowing what Diddy is into. Doja Cat had her own humiliation ritual moment, shaving off her eyebrows and descending into a public breakdown for a year. Young Thug is another artist infamous for his humiliation ritual moment. He repeatedly wore women's clothing and started calling his close male friends besties and babe. As you can see, it's not just one celebrity doing this in Hollywood. All of these celebrities are made to do this. I will literally show endless examples of this. Playboy Cardi, Kanye West, A$AP Rocky, The Baby, Little Baby, Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, and the list goes on and on. They all did it. While this has become an obvious thing in Hollywood, no celebrity has ever confirmed they are forced to participate in humiliation rituals to achieve success. Well, that was until NLE Choppa uploaded a video on his own YouTube channel confirming that he had gone through a humiliation ritual, and according to him, he passed it. Sometime back, NLE Choppa posted an interesting video on his YouTube channel with almost 2 million subscribers. He titled the video, "I did a humiliation ritual and passed." Now, this video title speaks for itself, but before we get into that video, let's identify his humiliation ritual first. Back in 2024, Choppa went viral for zesty reasons, as he had posted this photo of himself and captioned it coming out. This coincided with several other zesty photos and songs he was releasing at the time. Photos like this, where he was using a cake to cover himself while in his birthday suit, or photos like this one, where he could be seen in tidy whities, or even like this photo where he's showing off his backside. This was around the time he dropped his song Slut Me Out Too, which was full of zesty lyrics that had people looking at Choppa strangely. What it looked like was Choppa was going through the same humiliation rituals many celebrities are forced to go through, making Choppa appear feminine to give off the idea that he was either gay or gender neutral. This is something that he came out of.
All right, enough of that. You know what I mean? It goes on for a while, but you know, no level of success, nothing is going to cost me my dignity like that. They all do it, all of them. That's why I say none of them are your friends. They are there for agendas and to influence the youth. You know, they recently came out, they showed Nick Cannon doing it. You know, he was interviewing Usher back in the day in full drag. Then look at Nick Cannon got all these damn, you know, shows he's on and hosting and all this level of success he has. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a price. It comes at a heavy price. They all do it. All of them. Okay. The reason I'm explaining this is because this is a magic channel. It's a form of magic. It is a form of mind control. The mind control is out of control right now. It is completely out of control. You see what I'm saying? Completely out of control. All right. Your children watch this shit. All right. And so they are influenced by it. Okay. All of them. Fucked in the ass, shot in the ass, something. You got to pay to play to pay, or whatever. Y'all get my point. You see what I'm saying? I did not know that. I did not know his pops was in it. Okay. Makes sense now. Okay. All of them. I could go on and on and on and on about that topic alone. All right. Yeah. You got humiliation rituals and you got buck breaking. You get 2 for 1 there. See what I'm saying? Kid Cudi was out of pocket. What's that? Lil Nas X. See what I mean? You see all the humiliation rituals he did. Omar Epps. Remember Omar Epps? Goes on to a talk show. He has a skirt on. Omar Epps. Very masculine man, I always thought. And he did that. I'm like, next thing you know, he had a show on. I can't remember the name of it. Regenerated or Resurrected, I think that's the name of it. All of them. Every single one of them. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that too. What y'all think of Michelle Lamy, the famous clothes designer? She's a dark spirit masquerading as they possessed by dark spirits, yes, but they're all participants, willing participants. And the latest is having, yes. Even Sade's child is now a transformer. I never thought I would see that. Okay, never. Listening and driving, they place in front of you 322. Ah, synchronicity. I see that's the norm. Cam Newton. That's how I knew Cam Newton was going to lose that Super Bowl, by the way. When they showed him getting off the plane, the way he was dressed, okay. Yeah, watch what happens. They lost that suit. He played lights out that season. Superman. He gives up some bullshit in the Super Bowl. See what I mean? When we lost the first Super Bowl, I knew we were going to lose the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, when Cox went on an interview and he was wearing a blouse. Okay? They're subtle. They're not even subtle, but there's telltale signs that something, is up. All right? I got to go, y'all. This subject, I think Ani Osaru goes more into what I'm talking about. He goes into this more and he breaks it down with gematria. So go check him out. All right. But for me, that's all the time I got for today. I should have started a little earlier. I got more I wanted to cover, but we'll go into it Tuesday. I have a safe and blessed weekend. If you celebrate the holidays, more power to you. All right. Just be safe. That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking is y'all protect your children and do some goddamn magic. Okay. Be aware. All right. There's only one Magick La Croix. I'm the one and only. The diabolical one. I'll see y'all next time as I greet you in peace. As always, namaste. Peace, y'all.